Alrighty, welcome to today's video where I'm just going to be doing a small rundown of my current Lego setup, different things that I have for my Legos, and it's all in this big open area. And my Lego setup is going to be changing soon. It's going to be moving to a different room, so I would like to make a video of what it looks like now before it changes, and then I can make another one if you guys want to see that. Like the video if you want to see another one once I actually switch rooms with these. And yeah, it's going to be a short tour of how I have my Legos set up and positioned, and I apologize if the camera won't focus. It's broken, so when I'm zoomed out back here, it's not very good. But I'm going to try not to show you too much of what else is around, but I'll just try to show you what we have going on here. First off, we have this table. Now this table is very sort of spur of the moment. I just put this here to hold this big guy. Now you can see this in one of my videos I made back in like November. This is a mock that I've made of a custom mini Star Destroyer. This is the scale it would be in universe. And yeah, I made a whole video on this back in November. You can go check that out on the playlist of my channel with all my Lego videos on it if you scroll down on the home page far enough. And also, this was supposed to be broken literally that day I uploaded it. I think it was November 14th or so, and today we are on July 17th, which is exactly a year to the day since I first built this. So I just couldn't bring myself to take it apart. You can go watch the full rundown of this. It's a really cool video. But yeah, that's basically the gist for this. I needed a table big enough to hold this because it's like 2.5 feet long, I think. It's a big boy. And then I just have some other things, some minifigs I used in a video. I have some broken legs, and then some other things I used for my stop motion video and my mock, where I just sort of have blasters I was going to use on them. Some brick separators, snow trooper battle pack. Just, very, very random table, but it is there. And then under it is this, which I really don't know why I don't move these into my normal Legos, but box of Legos, a lot of base plates from Minecraft and stuff that I haven't used in a while, so I can just kind of keep it down here. And then over here, I brought this out about a week or so ago. Now this is, as you can see, it's just a shelf with some Lego sets on it. I, up until probably a year or two ago, broke pretty much every Lego set I ever got within a couple of months of getting it. So these are all the sets I basically still have together. So unfortunately, I don't have some of the really big, cool ones I used to have, and it would take me forever to rebuild them, so I can't quite display those. But here's the ones I still have together. I have an A-Wing, TIE Fighter, Imperial Marauder, a custom Lego set that I also made a mock video on if you want to go see that. Really cool ship in my opinion. Another custom that I recently uploaded a video on just like about a week ago. The Mandalorian Starfighter, one of my favorite Lego sets of all time. And down here I just have some random speeders. This one also custom in the same video as this. But anyways, that's what this section's used for. And if we move up here, you can just see some extra, I got some extra droids, Obi-Wan, some extra things I was not going to use in the mock that I was planning on using before. And now down here we have the actual mock. Now this is this dresser, ever since last May the 4th, has been what I've built all my mocks on for the most part. You'll see. We'll get to that later, but for the most part, this is what I built on my mock. So I'm not going to go over this. Obviously, I took apart the mock like in terms of the minifigs and kind of threw them all over. So it's not in prestige condition right now, but it doesn't need to be. The minifigs being where they are is not what matters to me. But yeah, so this is just basically where I build my mocks. The only thing I've changed since my mock video is adding this extra spot on just to park some of the speeders. Really simple extra part that I didn't have in the video. So if you've seen the video, then that's kind of a little extra. But yeah, it's just built on this dresser, and I really don't like this dresser because it doesn't really open all that well. You have to wedge it out like that, and then it only comes out on one side. And then down here I got some guitar stuff, so I can't even really use it for Legos besides this. So I'm hoping to get a new one in my new setup, but I really do like how this sort of comes together at the very edge of that base plate. This looks very perfect in my opinion. And yeah, so that's about it for where I usually build my mocks. And if we move down here, here's the actual Lego table. You can see I have some stuff, some vehicles I don't really have a spot for, minifigs that I'm not quite done with, but also not really using in a mock at the time. But yeah, this is where I store all my Legos. You can see I have them separated. So I got a minifig bucket, I have a Star Wars bucket, and I have one with big cool parts, and then I have this one right here, which is stuff I normally use on MOCs, and then another one that I normally use on MOCs, and then down here, this one's mostly Minecraft stuff, but that's just kind of what happened when I poured it in. I don't really use this bucket for much besides the base plates, and then the rest are just random buckets of Legos, and this isn't all the Legos I have, but it's a good amount of them. I have that little bucket over there, and then I have some more under here, which we'll get to in a minute, but yeah, this is basically my where I keep my Legos and store them for when I'm building something. And this lamp, I love it because there's a light over to the side over there that I can't really show you because that's another part of my house, but that, when it's turned on along with that lamp and then you turn all the rest of the lights off, it creates a really cool sunset look, as where it looks like the sun is setting on the MOC, and it's really like cinematic and cool. But my camera is broken, like I mentioned before, and when I only have this light on, for some reason the light, it just makes my camera absolutely destroyed. And future me will insert a video right here of what that actually looks like when I turn the light on. Well, it's not actually breaking right now, which is very different from normal, but on the negative side, it's a lot darker than it looks in real life. So I guess I should have figured that the camera would look different, but it kind of gets the same view. But let's see if I can get my camera to break. It's not working. My camera is working now, which is weird. But anyways, back to the video. But yeah, so that's about the gist of this main area. There's one more part right over here. Now, this is where I keep another MOC. So this is usually the table that I do my homework on and things. So I just think it's really cool that I build this MOC here and I'm able to do work on the same table that has my Legos on it. It sort of feels like I'm surrounded by things that I enjoy, like Legos. So there's that right there, because I don't really have another space where that can fit. You can see I've built some Photo First Battle Packs, and there's some extra parts left over. And then down here, I have a few, I don't know if you can see that super well, I have a few different buckets of Legos. That one's got some base plates on it and things. But overall, just stores a few more parts of my Lego collection that I don't have on my main setup. And yeah, this has just been a quick tour, quick rundown of my setup for all my Legos and where I store them, and this will change very, very soon. So like the video if you want to see a video of my new Lego setup, which is going to be decently similar but also completely different feeling from this. It's going to be in a whole different room. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Very quick, very sort of random video, but I wanted to make sure I had a video of my Lego setup before I actually moved it to something completely different, and no one ever got to see what it used to look like. So yeah, that's basically it. Thank you so much for watching. God bless.